drawing a landscape. Today we are drawing a landscape. So you just need a black crayon or a black marker. Okay, I'm going to use a marker because you can see it a little bit better. All right, so we are drawing two different types of trees. One, a deciduous tree. They're the ones where the leaves fall off. The other is a pine tree. They're the ones that are green, or an evergreen. They're green all year round. Okay, so we need to draw a couple different types of trees on our paper. We're holding it like a landscape. And you can choose to put these trees anywhere you want on your landscape. But we do have to keep it down here toward the bottom of our paper, because then we'll add our horizon lines in. All right, so the first type of tree we're going to draw is just a like a maple type tree where the leaves fall off of it. So choose toward the bottom of your paper, but don't put it right at the very bottom, like lift it up off just a little bit. So like within this section. Okay, so choose where you want it, on the left, on the right, in the middle, somewhere in between. And we're going to draw our tree something like this. We're going to have the size of our trunk, and you want that line there across the bottom. And then we're going to start adding in our branches. Your branches you want to take up toward the top, take it up toward the top of your paper. You don't want those branches to hang downward, because they're not like a weeping willow. Go ahead and draw your tree. Once you have this tree drawn, you can draw that same tree somewhere else on your paper. You can make it taller, medium, or smaller. So I'm going to draw a second tree over here. This one's like a little tiny tree. Or it could be really far away. I think we're going to make it more like a tiny tree because it's close to this one on the bottom. Once you have one or two of these type of trees, we're going to draw a pine tree next. And we're going to make our pine tree very simple. And you can make, as long as it's at the bottom part of your paper, you can make it anywhere, left, right, or middle on your paper. And I'm going to take mine closer to the top, not completely. So we're going to draw our pine tree. I'm going to make mine tall and thin. And then my tree trunk. And I think I'm going to do two of them. Might make this one a little bit smaller. I want you to look at your paper and put your trees where you think you would like them. You want to like what you're drawing. So if you want to add an extra one or two, where you put them is completely up to you. We're going to do another type of tree. This is also a deciduous. These are called birch trees, and birch trees are really beautiful because they have like a white bark. So they're very different compared to the brown bark trees. And we're going to draw them a little bit different than these two deciduous trees. We're going to draw them as straight lines that go right off the paper. Sort of like really long rectangles. And I'm going to draw two. Let's see what it looks like with two. I think I might do a third one. And then the birch trees, they have these lines in them. So I sort of go back and forth like left, right, sometimes in the middle. And you do that with each one. Now you could do 1, 2, 3, however many trees you want. Make it your picture so that you like it. We're going to then add our 2 horizon lines, okay? And remember, horizon lines create space in the picture. It makes the air, it makes it look like you could walk back in it. Because right now, these trees could be sitting anywhere. They could be on top of a building, they could be in a cloud. We don't know where they're at, and there's not much space in here. There's a little bit, but not much. So as soon as we add our horizon line, that's going to create space. So when we do a horizon line for this type of a landscape, watch me what I do before you try and add yours. We're going to keep our first horizon line down here toward the bottom, and we have to jump over our trees. So we start the line, jump over our tree, jump over our tree, jump over our tree, jump over, jump over, jump over, jump over. Okay, so that's the first type of our horizon line. Go ahead and draw that in. We jump over our trees because we can't see the horizon line through the trees. The trees are solid. And then once we have our first horizon line, we're going to add a second one, and that is going to be a mountaintop. Okay, so we're going to add, here in Pennsylvania, we have mountaintops that are fairly flat. With a little bit of like waves. So I'm going to do that similar. So we're jumping over our trees. Again, jump over, jump over, jump over. I'm making mine a little bit wavy until I get to the other side. And we just created a landscape.